What's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. All right, this video I'm gonna highlight a fight card that's going down this week. This week during Pacquiao Broner Fight week. It's going down Thursday, January the 17th. It's a Mayweather card, TMT. They're featuring a couple of veteran fighters and a lot of their prospects will be on this card. So I'm just gonna touch on that. Just a few. Um, Usually during big time pay-per-view fight week, you'll have a little small card just to get the week going. So it's something for people like in Vegas to stop by. I think the tickets are cheap that I read. So you know what I'm saying, there's something for you guys to do. Also, this card will be on Facebook Live. So look out for that. So in the main event, you got Cameron Creel. He's 14 and 13. He's a journeyman, but he's been getting a lot of fights recently because he came in as an opponent for the TMT stable, and he actually beat some of the guys on TMT, so they gave him a contract, and now he's kind of like a mini star, and when they do their little small shows in Vegas, so I mean he can fight, but he's a German level fighter, action packed. So expect for a good fight with him. So it should be a showcase fight. Basically, for this whole card, it's a showcase fight. In the co-main, the most accomplished fighter on this card, Layla McCarter, she's facing Amelia Reynoso. Um, Layla, she's like a pioneer of women's boxing. She's been around for a minute. She won multiple world titles. She's the #1 title contender for Cecilia Brækhus at welterweight, the undisputed champion. Um, so this is like a last minute stay busy fight for her. Um, she's a good fighter. She's top 5 pound for pound for a lot of the boxing fans that don't really follow women's boxing. She's up there. She can make a case for even being at least top 3. You know what I'm saying, based on her credentials and what she done in the sport. Reynoso is coming off of she had a title fight in her last fight in September against Amanda Serrano. She lost a 10-round decision for the WBO 140-pound championship. If you guys remember, that fight was on Showtime. It was on their the YouTube page. So that should be a good little scrap. And also, so they got some good prospects on the card, starting with Dylan Price. Um, Dylan Price, a young guy, you know what I'm saying? He's 7-0. You know, he had 3 fights last year. He's been doing this thing. Good little young fighter. He should be able to make some noise. He's the super flyweight, so we'll see how he do in that fight. Then you have former Olympian, Richardson Hickson. We all know him for being hanging out with Lil B-Hop and Shakur Stevenson. He's a good fighter, good young fighter. He's 6-0. He'll be appearing on this card. He fights at 140. So I look for big things for him. He's been pretty quiet, but he had been active. He had 3 fights last year, so I mean it's not as bad as it seems. But he's a good prospect. I like to see more from him. Then you have Rolly Romero, 7-0, strong puncher. He just fought last month in December. Good young fighter. You know, he's like you'll see him on the Mayweather channel, you know, talking trash and just joking around stuff. But he's a good fighter, tough fighter. He's a lightweight too, so he falls in line with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Them guys got Spawn Wars and you know, Ryan Garcia. So, you know, all these young guys is in and around the same weight division. So, you know, shout out to him. You also have undefeated 9-0 Andreas Cortez. Good, strong, exciting fighter. He's also in the lightweight division. He'll be looking to put on a good performance on this card. Nice, young, strong guy. Then you have a UK prospect. His name is Vidal Riley. He's training with Jeff Mayweather in the Mayweather gym. He only had 1 fight. He's 1-0. He fights at the cruiserweight division. I haven't seen him. I seen him in the gym. He looks strong, but I haven't seen his fight. His first fight was in Mexico, and it wasn't televised, so we'll see how he looked on Thursday. Then you have also on the card you have super middleweight Linnell Bellews, KO Bellews. He's 18-3 with 2 draws. He lost his last fight in September, I believe. Um, he's a kind of a gatekeeper at the super middleweight division. I don't really see him making too much noise, you know what I'm saying, at the super middleweight division. He seems more like you know, I don't know. I don't know where he's going with his career, but he's also on this card. He's a strong fighter, but it seems to lack focus in some of his fights. But we'll see. Maybe he'll step his game up and get a good KO because he's known for getting good KOs, knockouts. So shout out to him. And then so this is a showcase card. It's nothing like too dramatic. I don't expect a lot of competitive fights on this card. The most competitive fight would be the women's fight, with McCarter versus Reynoso. That's probably the most competitive fight. But other than that, it's just a good showcase for these guys to get out there and show what they got, make a name for themselves on fight week. This is a big fight week. Pacquiao, Broner, TMT representing, you know how they do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for y'all support. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one.